Hey everybody, it's Josh. It is December 15th or 16th today, Friday, the year 2022. And got a little bit of hat here going on here, but again, don't really care. But I wanted to give you guys an update about the Atenolol withdrawals and how they're going. And it looks like I have successfully taken the next step in getting off this drug. Now, just to recap, as I told you guys in the past, atenolol is a beta blocker and it causes a lot of problems in your system. It artificially lowers your heart rate, blocks all your body's adrenaline receptors, messes with the way you digest food. I mean, it just does a lot of bad stuff. And I've been on it for a good 13 years now. And not only have I been on it for a good 13 years, but I have been on it on the highest possible dosage of that for about the last 6, 7 years. Okay, so highest dosage being 200 milligrams a day, although I only took 100 milligrams at a time. So I decided, when was it? A month and a half ago, that I was going to try to get off this drug. And the reason being is that my other health stuff is going so well. I've lost 130 pounds and I have 130 more to go, but I haven't put processed food in my system in over a year and a half. And I think I've reached a point where, how do I explain this? I think I've lost all the weight I can possibly lose for the most part while still being on a drug that doesn't let your heart get past 120 beats per minute. Because no matter how hard I exercise, I could go out there and run as fast as I wanted to, lift the heaviest possible weights, and my heart wouldn't get past 120. Atenolol just will not allow it to happen. So it's time for me to get off this drug. Now, a lot of bad side effects, like I've said in other videos, that people have when they come off this drug. Shakes, extreme anxiety, very fast, very hard heart rate, so on and so forth. So if you see my past couple of videos, you know that the first thing I did was drop from 200 milligrams a day to 100 milligrams a day. I did that very successfully without really having any symptoms at all. Some really mild symptoms the first night, maybe a little bit the second night, but nothing to complain about. After that, 2 weeks ago, I decided to drop from 100 milligrams a day to 75 milligrams a day. And I made that transition somewhat seamlessly too. So I did that for like 10 days, and there were more symptoms, but again, nothing to really complain about. Well, in the last 4 or 5 days, I decided to take the next step, which is to drop to 50 milligrams a day. And more significant withdrawal symptoms are starting to happen, especially laying down at night. My body will just like kick for no reason and shake for no reason and so on and so forth. So this dropping to 50 milligrams, this is where the tough stuff happens. And this is kind of what I said in other videos. I think when I start trying to get down to 50 milligrams, that's when I'll start experiencing some real symptoms, and that's indeed what has happened. However, I have been able to power through it, and I've still been keeping up my exercise routine for the most part. I've been having symptoms, but my heart hasn't been going crazy, right? I notice mostly when I'm trying to go to sleep, and when I first stand up, my heart will beat really hard and noticeable. And that's the adrenaline receptors coming back to my body. I totally lost my train of thought is what I was going to say here. What was I saying here? Oh, okay. So I decided to go and buy some magnesium glycinate, which is a very absorbable form of magnesium. Like most magnesium supplements kind of make you run to the bathroom. They kind of give you the runs. But magnesium glycinate, your system tolerates it very well, and your body absorbs more of the magnesium. So I've been taking magnesium glycinate the last 2 or 3 days, And it has very much helped with the symptoms. I was still able to sleep, although I did wake up like 4 times. I still got probably a good 5 or 6 hours of sleep, which is okay with me, given that I'm going through this withdrawal. And yeah, the magnesium glycinate is really helping. And today, I only took a very little bit of the magnesium glycinate. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that there's good news. It appears that I have successfully crossed the path into. It appears that I have successfully brought myself down to a 50 milligram a day. I don't want to say habit, but let's just call it a habit for now. 50 milligram a day habit on atenolol. So right now I feel comfortable that if I take 50 milligrams every day, I'm not going to have too many problems anymore. So it looks like I am just over halfway to getting myself off this drug completely. Now, there's 2 more steps to this. The next step is going to be to wean myself down to 25 milligrams a day. That is going to be significantly harder. Because the next step after that is to wean to 0 milligrams a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 50 milligrams a day through Christmas, maybe a couple days after Christmas, and I'm not going to try to wean myself down any further than that until after Christmas because, well, I want to be able to enjoy the holidays, right? I want to be able to enjoy a nice, relaxing time over the holidays without having to, deal with heart palpitations and all that sort of stuff. So probably a day or two after the holidays, or I might even wait till after New Year too. But I don't want to wait till after New Year. But I might anyway. Either way, I'm going to wait till after Christmas for sure to try to wean myself down to 25 milligrams a day. Now, this is where I'm going to have to start being very careful. And this is where the transition isn't going to be as seamless, right? I had some challenges going from 75 to 50 milligrams a day, and those challenges are going to be very much exasperated when I try to get myself from 50 to 25, which is the next step. But for now, I'm just celebrating the fact that I've successfully weaned myself down to 50 milligrams a day of atenolol. Again, I started out at 200 milligrams a day. That's what I've been doing for 6 years. And I've been on atenolol total for like 12 or 13 years. And I'm never going to be truly healthy until I beat this drug. All right. This drug is artificially suppressing a lot of things in my system. And it's just not good for you, really. So there came a point. Now, I'm at this weird crossroads where I'm still heavy enough to where I'm going to have semi-high blood pressure no matter what, with or without medication. I honestly think that if I were on no medications right now, my blood pressure would be the same. Because even though I'm super heavy still and that causes high blood pressure, I've also been eating very clean for a year and a half. So my blood pressure wouldn't be super high. It would be like semi-high. See what I'm saying? So I think I'm in a position now where, like, if I were able to get off this drug without having any symptoms, which is not possible, by the way, because quitting cold turkey with this drug can kill you. But if I was and it didn't have no side effects coming off of it, my blood pressure would probably be the same because of how well I've been taking care of myself over the last year and a half. So that's it. That's my report for today. Like I said, it's December 15th or December 16th right now. But I have successfully lowered my atenolol dosage to half. I've taken the third step in bringing down my dosage down. I'm taking the third step into finally getting off this drug. And I ain't never going to go back on this drug. Never. It saps your life. It saps your energy. It does a lot of things. Anyway, Cash App's link down below. Please show your love. Talk to you guys soon.